Welcome to another work stream and a total mess. Total unpresentable mess. We'll see how long I'll be going on. This morning I've been working on this character portrait for a lineup where, well, I never actually made a proper design on the queen of this comic. And she's not an important character. I initially intended her to not even show up, but then there was this idea for a scene I wanted to add into it. I would like to show her and the king being terrible people, basically. And, well, right now, I'm not too happy with this. I got some sketches over here that are perhaps closer to the vibe I wanted, and I don't feel like I've quite nailed it on this one. However, the sketches, to be fair, they have not been made to, match the style set of characters in this universe, or like the style. So her eyes are small, she's very, say, normal, anatomically speaking. And for the comic, she would need to have at least a bigger head and a bigger face, possibly. Did I? Do I have the lineup? Oops. This is where I pulled out the sketches. Might be I will just want to sketch her a couple of times. Like, this is mainly layouting, so it's not a big deal to have her super on model or well fleshed out. But ideally I will know how she looks before having to draw it out properly. So we'll see. I feel I just inked this. I hate her hair. She's not looking very elegant. I dislike the lower part of the dress right now. So that stuff doesn't quite work out. It's something to perhaps work a bit on later as well. But I will keep her, perhaps. Or will I? I might actually, if I just remove that guy. And sketches over here. You just add her to the reference with her and the king. And Reno, of course. There we go. Oh, let's find PureRef. We already got that one. Good. Now we got it. You see, here's a shot from the previous book. I mean, it's only on a painting. It is slightly glorified, so it doesn't have to be on point, but the joke here is that the speech bubble, it covers her face. It doesn't cover the king's face. He's looking rather dapper in contrast to his real self. So he doesn't mind the say unified truth. Okay, we got some reference. I'm planning to make this document here an animation timeline where I can draw new characters and add them to the lineup. The lineup document is huge, and so it's kind of rough to work with. This here is a smaller document, only almost 6,000 pixels wide. So I can do high-res portraits that still can't be too detailed, because I am going to view them and color pick from them rather small size. But enough of this document. I am fine. Oh yes, we also got the little girl. There is a little girl. Right. I think I'm gonna add a timeline to this document, not because I need it, but because this way of making a thing is very cute. Now, how's it? New animation folder. There we go. There she goes. And now, who's this? That's, you know. Below here in the timeline, I can choose first her initial clothes, and then wrong. Yes, no. Just right on. There. This way, I can just toggle between. Ah, I see how it is. Yeah. That makes it easier to flip. So, story here is that she dressed up as Reno to fool the guards, and she got caught. Then they took her to the castle, and they are going to brainwash her into thinking that she might be the prince. Is the idea. Oh. She's about the same height as Gino. He's not even there, so I just do this. Maybe she's a bit taller actually. There. Alright, we got our thing. She's probably not dressed exactly like this right here. On this day, this is like a day or two after she got caught, and now they're dressing her up. So she's probably dressed up right now. I also need a chair. I need a chair. Let's get started with the layout. I've also been thinking of making a yapping emote. That could be funny. This would be the emote. Very good. I also added some emotes for followers. It's not important. They are the same emotes as the 7TV ones, but I figured for vanilla Twitch users, I might as well add them. I'm terribly lazy with doing anything specific with my channel and everything, so figured I might as well make use of the vanilla channel slots. Could also think out some nice emotes for subscribers, but given my frequency of streaming, it doesn't seem all that important. Now I want her to appear quite stern, stiff even. If she's going to raise one brow, it will have to be the one facing the camera, possibly? I don't know. How does she even look from the side? This is like the light version of the ex-rich wife in Corpse Bride, possibly. I mean, she's not even close, but I'm getting that vibe. I think eyes sort of unnaturally high up might help in making her look a little menacing. I wonder if she has perhaps a little bad jaw. Oh goodness. Alright. I think I like it. I dislike her. So if we just move her face a bit. Looking perfect. I don't want to do a full 3/4 angle. I often do those way too harshly. This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm sort of trying to tune into her vibe. Clearly, when I did the first sketches, or some of them, they hit real good, but that's a couple of weeks ago, and now I gotta tune back in. Now I wanted to look annoyed. And I kind of sort of don't want to draw her in the same dress as in the painting. Mostly because it's a lame dress. I'm starting to think it's a cultural thing that they want their queens to look rather drab in relation to the king, or like compared to. Oh yeah, right, I need a chair. Should I just try to Google a chair? I could try to draw a chair too, but like, it's a dining chair, but it's royal, so it's probably ridiculously tall. But I don't know chairs apart from wooden frame with a seat and 4 legs. Like the 4 legs especially. I know. I often think about that actually when you look at shoes or any specific item. I always think about how much a designer has been allowed to focus on designing just that one thing. And for me, as a comic artist, I feel like I can't take the time to do that. I can't take the time to design every single thing thoroughly. I gotta just draw a chair, man. Royal dining chair. The product. Okay, but if I Google 1600s, carved chairs. What if I Google royal dining chairs Shrek? They do not have crazy seats. Sorta tall, but not crazy tall. Okay. So like, person's head, halfway up the seat, big seat, but oh wait, Harold's thing does have like armrests, but the others don't. Okay. This is great because I'm just eyeing my second monitor. Yeah, you also have fancy stuff going on with legs. There's say some framing going on. What an ugly chair. The design, not my drawing. I wonder if I can make this layout tool in colors I like. It is possibly just oh, found something I hadn't adjusted. Could just use this. It's not the same. This is procrastination, by the way. Looking at pen colors. I just need to decide on a chair. Also, the timeline doesn't need to take up all the space. Right, 1600s, it's a dining chair. Do I go red or do we use brown? I'm not seeing anything I like. In which case, I should just do something. Okay. So, I mean, this is our base chair. I do like doing this kind of wavy leg type, but I'm not sure how it's best framed. This is actually also a thing I would like to do in 3D. Like just make assets of certain things so I have it. So I don't have to constantly look back and forth between panels, like instances where I actually drew a thing. So they are often not very cohesive, or there's poor continuity between things. We got this. Do you want the middle thingy? Sure. You can steal that. Just to zoom in a bit on that, you got the stick, the support stick, and some sort of sausage thing going on here. Totally good. How this would work, no idea. There we go, Legos. Okay, and for dining, how big is a person? I mean, Ditto is this big. And that's about the size of Leica as well. Grown-ups, well... if we use the king, his feet will not touch the ground. He is a short king. They're a wee bit tall just to like imply royalty. Then wooden frame. Crazy bump. Perhaps. With some jags on it. Yeah, I like the jags. It's kinda representing this shape. Like the top part of that French flower. This thing. Or maybe I could go a bit more literal towards that. And have that on top. But like this sort of engraving going on. Here's the textile. See, now I'm designing a single chair. It's not quite the just in time kind of thing. Let's continue drawing. Pillows and there. All right. Pillows. I do want some kind of pattern here, but lines might be okay. Might be enough. Then we do the band. I don't know how to make it go down. This is odd. I don't like it. Don't go that way, we just go straight down. Alright, now. This is better. Still don't know how the frame works. For the pillow. I guess if we don't do square, be rounded back support. It would be funny if these were like bobcat ears, but I'll pass. Or it's the crown like. No interesting patterns. There we go. Some sort of peak. Well, it's something. Probably good enough. It does look like a better chair than I would have drawn. So that's good. I'll probably see what I feel like. Then, yeah. Right, so I want this scene where we have a table. Ideally, I wanted to use the windows. But if I wanted that to coordinate with where those windows are, I would have to do things differently. So this has to be just a random room in the castle. Has not as big windows, but preferably quite large windows. Alright, I'm gonna add a ruler to this. The ruler. Hello. The thing. What happened? Clipsy broke. Hello? Did the monitor... What did it do? Well... Oh. I see. I got a dialogue in the other window. That's what happened. I got a bunch of windows that happened to appear on the wrong monitor. Alright, we got the perspective. Cool. Let's line these fellers. Oh, wrong. Alright. I think this might be alright. Decent-ish perspective. Bit crazy? No, just not a high enough horizon. There, I think. Cool. So now we're talking. Hello, person on YouTube. Welcome to Working on Perspective Things. Today we are drawing a room. Let's see, I would like some slim windows. It's gonna be pink, indeed. Well, the funny thing is that this will be a reference to, well, I'll say the first edition of the story concept. So it's sort of a callback joke only for me. But of course I gotta do some adjustments. And I gotta get not confused. Oh dear. Like, where's the balance between hard work and just do a thing, bruh? Oh, how's the? There we go. Stop the stop. Go. Those look way closer together. That's fine. I don't think I care. We'll just use this. And to save some sanity, I'll just make selections here, following the perspective, and make some, what do you call them even? Window thingies. You gotta subscribe. Hey, thank you so much for that. That is nice. I am by no means a regular streamer. I just sometimes figure out that I want to stream while doing comic work as a way to hold myself accountable for the project I'm working on. So that's how it usually goes. Go, and then do we want a little cute circle at the top? Yes, we do. Circles are cute. Now, of course, this is partially right. Does look very wrong somehow, but doesn't matter. The point is that I got the main design down. But I mean, speaking from a window frame, there's usually some distance that you can't see, and so whatever splits up the window is going to be preferring some side and the other, and not be like smack him in the middle. Hello, Northie. Welcome. Are your messages ending twice? I don't see it. Something on your end. But no issue here. So we're good. How you doing, Northie? Now, okay. That's just a silly problem to have. Hey, Discord does it too. I was about to say give them some slack, but no, not really. Just complain. Please do. These things tend to not be great. Breezy, sunny, cold. Nice, nice. Are you off to a holiday? Now, I want the table to be just as tall as... No. I want to be just as wide as the door. Perhaps wider. Alright, YouTube fella. Thank you for dropping by, and see you later. Visiting friends before exam season. Nice. Here we go. Long table. Ideally, I would design a table too, but I don't wanna. I don't want to. Good. I will protect your luggage. And not let anyone run away with it. Right, here we go. Some table. We got a table, people. We're doing backgrounds today. We're doing layouts. Among them, apparently a background. I've been doing some concepting of just the dining chair because I needed one. I've been concepting a yapping emote because I tend to yap. And I'm trying to figure out the exact look of the queen, who is taller than the king, and she's not a good person. Though she does look a little better in my earlier sketches. So I gotta figure out something that feels cohesive with the rest of the style going on in the books. So that's what we're doing. And this specific shot is just a funny little callback shot to some old comic work. From an era before time or something like that. I could possibly like find the old thing that I'm referencing, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna bother. I just need a room, and I'm trying to resist the temptation to, you know, make it in 3D, because 3D makes it easier for me. I am lazy. 3D makes it easy. Let's see, do we want like huge, what do you even call this? Little planks along the walls. Do we have like support? Any fun things? I will admit I would rather right now sit down and instead of this particular panel figuring out like the room layout, I would rather do some character drawing, but there is some here. Could do that. So I'm not sure of the name of this woman. Train doesn't have available seats. Is it standing game for you then? I have to add the chairs. Now, I don't want to do it on the same layer. Should we use a blue? Yes, we can. Last proper background you drew was a year ago, so you know. I do draw backgrounds rather frequently. They don't have to be scary. I think perhaps I don't think about them as backgrounds even. It's just I need to ground my characters. I need to know what they are standing on and what their sizes relate to. Now let's steal that ruler. Get some chairs. Chairs are maybe this tall compared to the table. And there is usually a square in the front, like so. So if this is the height of the chairs, perhaps not like that. I just want a good enough kind of square going on. I'm going to position chairs all around this thing. There's one chair. And from that we have, excuse me, there. Hard to see. I think I'll go around this way. That's not right. I can never get like the literal ends to meet when it comes to this kind of thing. Oh, I see what I did. I did wrong. There we go. Now we're talking. I always do something silly when I try to use full perspective. Now for the first chairs can't be positioned like, can't be sitting straight at the legs of the board table. So here's, I gotta use more guidelines out there. Okay, that is the height of the chair. Then we have chairs there. This is one chair. Ideally, I'd space them evenly as well. I'll just wing it. It doesn't look great. Oh, I could also figure out. Let's see. If we want 3. That is wrong. Am I stupid? I'm slitting him into 6 now. Oh, right. I am confusing myself. This isn't hard. I think I already got the 3 I wanted. Looks even to me. Alright. Cool. And so if we just make the spots a little smaller, we kind of fake that there is space between chairs. Chew. And then this would be so much easier if I was in like isometric mode. This doesn't have to be this hard. Stream went bye-bye. Don't worry, I think there was an ad anyways. You didn't miss anything. See, that's a chair. It's not a fantastic chair, but it is a chair. Chair. Cheering me on. Yeah, we just make this vague shapes. I just want them to resemble chairs. They don't have to. I mean, it's so zoomed out that it would barely be visible anyways. So they just have to be there. The actual drawing can probably even wait till I do just plain inking. Like when it comes to backgrounds that are indoors and have furniture or certain details, that's some detailing is just best to save until the final stage because it will be so tedious to go through it later on. And then we have a chair here. Table. You don't really see the seat here, but we'll add it just because. There's a chair. There's a person. There's the legs of that chair that we don't see. And, there's a bowl. Yeah. Added too many chairs, or they're a bit too far apart. We just do this. Move the chair. Now this isn't quite a formal dinner. It's just Queen and her newly acquired daughter having a little meal. there are plates with lots of food, which I am going to take a layout out of here. So much food. Maybe she's having a cup of tea. Oh, but I would have to design a tea mug. Sure if I want that. Even if the queen wants that. Right, then the king. King is like, what is going on here? Now for the next page, how is it looking? Okay. Is looking dapper. It's good. There we go. Oh yeah, I still need the other chairs. Here's a seat. Here's a seat. Here's totally a seat. These guys got so many seats. It's impressive. Right, then it's the back of it. Having chairs that point straight upward is not great. Hey, no socks. Get your socks on. Because the no socks has entered the house. Hello, how are you doing? I'm drawing chairs. And it is great. Wait, how big is... The kid is supposed to be that small, but the chair should be wider. Sure, fixed it. This is a big scene. Yeah, small paddle. Yeah. I have no sense of interior design here. I kinda wish that part of The Sims interested me more. Do you guys do much home design? I feel like I'm just never interested. Oh wait, this shouldn't be like a wild bush, it should be a well cut, well kept kind of whatever flowery bush. This is totally what like a side of a castle building looks like. Surely. These are stairs. You rarely do scenes. Outside scenes are pretty good. Very forgiving usually, and especially for even urban things like houses. Areas like that can really give a lot of life to something or to a scene that not everything is aligned to the same vanishing points. Yeah, I'm a fan of perspective. Okay, so there's a wall here. But I'm not sure. There's a wall, there's a gate. These parts, I don't know. They're quite far above everything else, so maybe we see the ocean? You would be a fan if you weren't so bad at it. Well, you don't have to be good to like it. Says I, who, by all means, I do feel confident in perspective stuff. It can be quite fun to analyze, actually. Like, what is it that makes a character look gigantic compared to another? If you haven't, you can check out the resources by Thomas Romain, who has some very good visualized examples on like what the horizon line does and what makes people feel like they're a different height. Or what makes them float above. It's really cool. But I guess the bottom line of it is that if you have characters, you have one character that is short, and you have one character that is taller, and then there is a shot with a taller character, the horizon line is somewhere, say somewhere down with the legs, then you gotta look at, for the placement of this character, where across those legs do they, like on a flat plane, where do they cross? And then you know that no matter how far away the character is, as long as they cross along that same line, they will look right. You didn't ask, but that's what I think is very cool about it. Or if we do like a horizon line at, say, the chest, you know that the short character reaches up to about that point, and so since the head of that short character is basically just around there. Wow. Anyway, that's me yapping. Is really, really cool, and I love using that stuff for analyzing other people's perspective when it's off, for example. And you see me drawing, like, while doing this table, I was drawing a bunch of lines where, which is it? Like this mess here. But I always measure across things according to the perspective to make sure that things align in a way. Like, for example, I got my measurement lines over here. These, they are just as tall as the door here, or door frame, because I know these lines, they meet the corner and they branch off. These parts are simple, but perspective is such a big topic, so of course these are just bits and pieces on what to do with perspective and not necessarily how to learn perspective. Where is... Actually, I wonder if the layout here is enough. I can just leave it. It's some progress. I will hate myself for not having sketched up anything else. but like, you see what's in the scene. I don't need these measurements anymore. Hello? Oh, of course, it's following the ruler. There we go. Erase. Away. You don't like the perspective ruler in Clip? Oh, then you gotta learn how to use it and befriend it, because it is really cool. If I end up having to set up a new ruler, I can show you this stuff. Or what I should be asking is, how do you want it to work? Like, what are you trying to do versus how it's behaving and stuff like that? That's the tutoring thing to ask for anyway. I love the perspective tool, but I always choose the 3-point perspective, because anything less feels very weird to me. I don't know how to deal with like the stiffness of straight vertical lines in a frame. Alright, we have some red. Let's do some red. Okay. We have the lady. If I can just make a drawing of her. Whenever you try to do a vertical line, it forces you to do a horizontal line along the perspective. Is that because it lacks a vertical perspective line ruler thingy? Oh yeah, it's a scale issue. One thing that I realized, this is general for all perspective, but vanishing points are way off the chart. They are just not even on the canvas, miles away. And any perspective that wants to look good has to have like the side vanishing points just far away, usually. I mean, of course, there are general exceptions, but for example, here, there, ruler, hey, ruler. Now my horizon is way up here, and the vanishing point is in fact on the map, or like on my canvas, while the other one, it is so far away, dude, just to look right. Yeah, and the third, the vertical vanishing point, is also way down below. Yeah, well, doing that for like analog stuff, I saw a tip about that, doing like, oh, you can, if you use a drawing board, you can have your sheet of paper on the drawing board. You can attach a string, or you have your horizon, whatever, and then you attach a pin with some string on it that you can just hold in various directions, like doing that stuff with traditional media. That's, I mean, knowing your horizon, you can approximate. You can be like, okay, this here indicates that, well, I'm super zoomed out. This here indicates that there's a vanishing point here-ish. And so I can make lines that just approximate those lines, and then everything in between is just everything in between. Like an in-between. Complete in-betweens. Wow. Crazy amazing. Well, I love perspective. I can't help it. Perspective is very cool. But I do still... I find it harder actually to do composition. Alright, back to drawing this lady. It is key element that she has these, well, key and key. Not that key. Black lipstick. Like that part of the rough sketch. Cool. I gotta do something that just changes the avatar into a pigeon sometimes. Cool. You tell him, Chip. Composition is one of your stronger points? That's nice. You can do a lot with good composition. Making composition work with perspective? Ooh. Goals. Alright, I want her to be... Oh, obviously her head here isn't going to be visible, but I'm trying to understand what she looks like anyways. Like, I'm thinking her forehead is quite prominent. If you master those two things, you can get far. Yes, you can get so far with so good perspective and composition. I want her to have like very high up cheekbones. High up cheekbones, that means they're evil, right? I'm just drawing this out because I'll be keeping it to my concepting thing. High and sharp cheekbones, heck yeah. Gotta make sure to have like the big eyes. Just, they're going to seem smaller than her, but close up. It's always the thing that when you draw larger things, you tend to shrink features. Gonna vacuum. Alright, you go do that. Do those housely things. Show that dust his boss. Oh, she's a maniac. Oh my god. For my reference, I dislike the hair in the what you call it? The reference I made. So I'm going to try doing stuff that works better with that sketch, or is closer to the sketch anyways. And then how tight is she looking? I think I don't want her wearing all the frills. Should she have freckles? Let's hide that draft layer. Like, how's the back of her hair? I'm thinking she's wearing some kind of something that is holding some of it back. Of course, that little something should be like somewhat connected to the general design. Maybe she has like the special kind of brows that also the boys have. It's just a trait they share, possibly. This is very clearly a mother knows best kind of face. And this woman, she's going to have quite visible nails. I like how the women end up having claws and the dudes have just potato sausage fingers. How's that look if you crop it? Oh, she's menacing. That's not too bad. Now, let's see. We make this as another concepting piece. Just move the chairs a bit. They can be in their respective panel for whatever. Yapping emote. Well, she's just there. Cool. Now we can just delete. Where's... Oh, right. Right. Hey, Casey. I'm gonna be real quick. Be right back. Don't do anything dangerous. Alright. I'm back. Oops. Right. Hello, Casey. How are you doing? Ooh, focused. That's nice. Do you feel good about it? Yes, with Kirby. Alright. You boss around those zoomers. Alright, up next we got the scared kid. I guess we do save the potions with the other what do you call it? I don't want to say concealed, obscured, obfused. What are words? But anyway, this is Laika. How is she dressed up? Is she just... She's a cute kid. A micromanager. Micromanaging doesn't seem too good. Seem like a good sign. But what can you do? Yeah. True. You are a nice guy, Casey. People are lucky to have you. I think my boss taught me about how... Well, he did tell me that micromanagement was bad, but that was in regards of not landing on the perfect thing right away. And not in regards of doing things totally wrong. So, depends, I guess. You keep sending the wrong thing. Oh dear. Yeah, it's rough. If it's just technicalities of send, do it right, please. Yeah, that can be rough. This is not the pose I wanted. I don't want to draw this pose. What am I doing? I'm just trying to figure out the costume, which I don't need right now. He can have like the silliest bow. I'm saying he. She's a girl, but they're brainwashing her into thinking that she like to pretend to be a boy. What I really need to do is look at how to hold a spoon. Is it a spoon? It's a fork? Ask CFG. Are we sure? Do you think he can teach me how to hold a spoon? I don't think I like these drawings, so I might delete them, but whatever. Actually, for continuity reasons, this table, this presentation of food and everything, maybe I should do like a 3D layout to match with this table. I would like it. There goes the bot again. Letting people know about my coffee. You have so many games to play. Hey, how is Baba Is You going? How's your Baba game? Not going. Do you need some backseating? Oh, alright. Well, might be you got tired, or did you hit a hard level and give up last time, or how'd it go? No, no, no. Ah, any games. Still though. You've been out reading though, haven't you? Having nice rewarding breaks. I don't know. All the more credit to your cafe outings. It's healthy. Of course, getting time for games too. Super Mario Galaxy is so pretty. I kind of want to replay it. Or at least some of it. I mean, don't know how good I am at it at this point, honestly. That seems weird. It's like the character is getting interrupted in what she's doing instead of the other way around. Wait. Cool. Nice, okay. I don't want that. Dang it. There. Ooh. Okay, I think I like that better. Gotta fix up the shop though. Hey, Buddhas. Any questions? Okay, the only reason I don't quite like this indicates that the text will be in the sketch zone. There you go. Yeah. It's a bit better. It's not great. It's a bit better. Throw some of this just a little smidge over there. How do spoons work? And how does a spoon work for a little kid who has never really been taught how to spoon? Spooning can be hard. Yes. It is possible that she's doing like a children's script. Like this kind of deal. Yeah, spooning is rough, especially if the back of the person you're spooning is just eternal. Short big spoon. Well, does this look like a spoon? Problem with spoons is that there's mostly hand. Another problem is that I don't have a mirror to look at a hand from this angle. Did I grab one from the kitchen? No, I'm holding a brush right now. But I kinda sorta need a mirror too. Which I don't have at the ready. I'm looking around to see if I can find something. I don't really have anything. So we can go with, you know, it's very childish as well. she's like, I don't know, 8, 6. You don't have to be well cultured in spoon use. I like that hand. I will use that hand. And that spoon. Away with the others. It's a good hand. Yeah, and then I'm gonna... Let's see. We can have our eyes showing, so we gotta enlarge a bit. Do we want a different placement? It works. Sure. The fun thing with Laika is that she's a cat, but she's a tad more cat-like than Rino is. You're chained up too far down. I think it should be a little bit smaller. But I keep reminding myself that this doesn't have to be the finalist sketch. This is just for composition. Well, we need something in the spoon too, don't we? You gonna work? Alright. You do that work. Show it who's boss. Oh, I really don't like drawing food, because this food has to look delicious. And mostly I've made food look disgusting. So I gotta figure out stuff later, but not now. For the time being, let's see. She's kind of small, so the chair behind her. Let's see. Should be green layout already. How small is she? Not super small, but right, we delete this. I think I also just delete this. Oh, effects. That kind of works. Now, I think I also want to do some grey out to mark that this is going to be kept in the dark, sort of. Oh wow, that's the smallest little ponytail. Like the thought that she just immediately adopts this kid, like she's pretty. She's just a kid, so she can be manipulated. Into thinking things or anything, but like she's taken in, and immediately the queen is just like, I'm giving you like stupid bows and that kind of decoration. Accessories. Yeah, I'm not sure about that ponytail in the back, but whatever. This hat is too big. But alright. We got a thing. And it looks okay. Well, we need this balloon. Then gotta. Well, it's a chair, and so if we have Leica's chair here, what's the concept? There you go, concepts. This very good sketch. What else do we want here? Like, do we want curtains? Where does the ceiling begin? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Looking up old drawings. This is actually hilarious. I'm finding old art. But I'm not finding the right thing. No, when's it from? 2013 is, well, the first thing, and I did quite a few. Wait, oh. Surely I'm not that active. I could probably just click myself until I find it. It is, however, rather painful. Painful to scroll through. Needle felting. Broken images. This is very interesting to watch, I'm sure. Going past the silly old art. Oh, right. Still browsing. Okay, this is way harder than I expected. I thought I could just browse through like chronological posts and find what I'm looking for, and it's not here. Like tons of challenges, animation, bachelor project. Goodness. Broken old vlog. Glad no one's here to pay attention, because there's nothing to pay attention to right now. Oh dear. Don't say things. You'll break the illusion. What? I feel like I'm just browsing through other things now. This is weird. I'm finding stuff that I never, like, that I don't remember even making. Let's see. All right, fine. I'll show you what I'm scrolling through right now. It's just old drawings, lots of old stuff from my old blog. Lots of broken images, lovely. Dumb stuff. Shaming about being silent. Sketches. Like, when did I even... Chinchilla. I remember blogging about stuff I did back in my uni days. I did not expect going through memory lane this way. Puppets. Really? Through like all of Volta? Whoa. I did not know I made this. Acrylic paints not touched in years? Or that's a lie. What made me think this was easy? Life drawing, silly things. (2D cutout stuff. Pretty sure I might find like the thing I'm looking for. Like right after my days at Folkeskole. So maybe we're approaching. There's a cool one. It's a room. Comic strip stuff. Character stuff. Why are there like no like there's only 3. Oh wait, what's going on here? I feel like I'm just going in circles at this point. What's happening? There are so few posts as well. At this point, I better... Oh look, this is old Jade art. Okay, let's see. We go. It's past... That's... Making of. Deconstructed it there. I think that's one. This is the one. There's a perspective thing. This. Here's my reference. And I'm just analyzing my own perspective in this panel, and then did a digital art redo kind of thing. This is it. We found it. We found it. Alright. This is a big room. This here? Can you even zoom out in on this? No. Oh, this is also dumb stuff with the wrong text on it. But okay, we got the room. It is emptier than I remember. So it's way less to work with than I assumed. Okay. We found. Oops. Could I not do that? There we go. Okay. We're back. And Puref is back on track. Well, should I perhaps post... let's see. I'll add the panels that I want to reference. This is so silly. Alright. Wait. Let's just copy everything. Oh, big picture. Det er kriminelt urettferdig. Wow. Okay, we have it. Perfect. Alright. Now, back to what business? Right, we want the little sun. Do we like the little sun to be up top? I think I like the little sun to be up top. Yeah. It'll look nice. Otherwise, there's lots of things going on. Right, there's this door. And then... okay, we want the king to be... oh, on a different layer, possibly. But we want him to be a bit on his way already. There we go. Alright, now we're getting to know the location. Which is possibly one of the main reasons backgrounds become hard. I mean, I may not have as much trouble with it anymore because it is not that different from drawing a character. Like, you have to get to know the location, you gotta get to know what it's all about. Well, specifically or mostly during indoors scenarios, but there's lots of story to tell with it. And so with lots of story or the potential for story, you don't want it to be boring, right? And well, I don't want it to be boring, but I don't really want to think out something useful for it either. So that's where the struggle pops in. What's this? A bowl of fruit? Treasures? Maybe this can be a painting of treasures. We like treasure in this country. That picture is also not straight, but that's fine. So the balloon got to point at the right guy. Alright. Let's help with. There we go. King barging in, going like, what the heck is going on? Anytime I think that sentence, I think of Igoraptor's awesome gear. Metal Gear Awesome? I forget. One of the early ones. Where Snake kills, I forget who, and just calls Colonel and says, "Oh no, another heart attack. What the heck is going on?" Clueless smiley face. Feel like the door here should have some sort of decoration going on, but I do not think I can be arsed. Or maybe it's a sun. It's a sun. We like suns in this kingdom. Always a sun. But also, you know, the frame corner thingy. There you go. Alright, otherwise, what else do we have? We are living in an age that uses candles. Huh. I am seeing this and I am feeling that we can maybe zoom in a bit. Or perhaps not make this panel as exotic. Like, if I just grab this and snap it back. Like so. Feels better, feels more contained. I can still upscale some things. Let's grab that and do like so. Yeah, we do like that. Of course, that will not move the perspective. Question is then, do we align it? Please block that layer. I keep hitting it on accident. This looks almost right. That looks right. I think with the upscale that's like so. No, not quite. Oops. Okay, we have a match. Seems good. We're back and aligned. Very good. Then knowing about that, let's see. I'm just gonna grab that. Alright, so we got a point here. And I want to move. What is it? I want to move this. So I want to stick that to the vanishing point. And scale it up. Like so. That is one of the cooler scaling in perspective hacks, I know. It's not that big, but it is nice. Nice to have. In that regard, how does it look if I do not crop it? At this rate, might be it's not as bad. Suddenly it's a bit okayer to crop it here. Yeah, I think I like that. Right. Little buddy. He needs a little upscale too. I'll just scale him up. Okay. I'm not sure how helpful it is to be slowly talking about my thought process. For sure, I'm not a quick speaker, but that should be fine. I'm here to work after all. Light and stuff. Hello, first time chatter. Welcome to the stream. I am arting and spending a reasonable amount of time at the moment on one panel that is to, well, to be fair, in its defense, it is establishing the location and should be fairly accurate. Let's see, do we have a... Ooh, we can even get a grid. Nice. I was thinking maybe I want tiles here. So I might want to just follow the grid really. Whoa. Wrong grid. How's this? Right. So we gotta deactivate that one for a bit. If these horizontal ones is what we want, then that's what we get. Love my art. Thank you. That's nice of you. This part is not necessary. Deactivate that one. Whoa. Did I? Oh, lock this. Is this one? Oh. Was no. That's the wrong one. Where's my ah yes. The other horizontal is now active. And we can follow that as a grid. Very good. It's not adjusted to anything, but that is fine. Right, and then away with this again. Ooh, we got a grid. Doesn't even need to be that visible, as long as it's there. Gives me some reference if I want to do a tiled floor. And also, we have like a servant closing the door. Alright, and then compared to this very empty room from the original thingy, this is also a quite empty room that feels a little bit more furnished, I think, possibly. They should probably have like candles. "400 years later, they still use candles." Or, I guess the previous ones didn't use candles even. Oh, I didn't see your question and stuff. Any advice for paneling and stuff? Variation. Make sure it isn't boring, but also don't flick around in a confusing way, possibly. I don't know. I think the answer is no, I don't have any advice. Now what we are lacking is this here image and characters in here. This one would be nice to have better. We're lacking people over here. And I guess not overdoing it. Well, one key thing about paneling, not the panels themselves, but it is generally good practice to have at least one big panel that really establishes the scene and the environment and everything to help the reader navigate. Like here we have We have some people at the docks. They just disembarked the ship, and they're being eavesdropped on by some kids in the background. And we get a view of the ship too. But not all panels need that. Some things can just be the characters talking or focus. Also, just variation in how zoomed in you are. Common mistake or common habit, bad habit that many people have is that they do not zoom out enough. This one is sort of bordering on that. I should probably save my progress before anything crashes. What else we got? I think this is one that is really zoomed out. Well, fairly zoomed out. You want your characters to be full figure in some panels, and sometimes you want them to be really close. This is just semi-close still. And this is medium. But be aware of like avoiding too many like half shots where you're half close to the character and there's nothing interesting going on. But you don't have to be very complex about it. I mean, in my example here, we're like, okay, introduction. There's a ship. People are talking. I guess we are inside the ship now. Wow. That kind of deal. I like doing the lead out kind of page where you oh dear, you kind of show the location from some big image that is not contained in a panel. Then you can this is very introductory, so this one in particular is like, okay, we're at the ocean far away, I guess, and there's an island. Wow. And then we're zooming in on the island. There's a little ship, and here's some nature, and here's the main character from the previous book. So we're kind of establishing where they are. In a beautiful panic. But these are complex pages because there are so many characters running about. Now that page had my computer chugging. It's way too much. And this is what like my doodles look like before I've tidied them up. I kind of went from that. Where is it? This was the initial pretty weak sketch, and now I'm trying to tidy it up with layouts, which are not supposed to be super clean. Like, I don't have to sketch the characters fully, but I want to establish or figure out stuff like backgrounds, furniture, I don't know, stuff. Trying to make rooms look like they're being lived in, and you know, things like that. We can have like candles here. Should there be a chandelier? I don't know, man. No, it'll be in the way. Can't have that. What is this? I don't know. Aggressively writes down notes. Yep. I hope that helps. Of course, it's good to not overthink stuff as well. I am an overthinker galore. So, but though right now, to be fair, having fun. Having fun with this one panel that is also a very obscure reference to the old version or an old take on this story. Look at that. Candles at the center of the table. Completely useless. Oh boy. Yeah, understanding the environment is helpful when doing like room design. But this is good enough. This is just a silly short scene meant to re-establish or establish the king and his ways of being. Now I'm thinking I don't like the distance between these two. So I'll make a note. For later. Alright, we got layout. This one, it's not as tidy as I would like it to be. Suddenly she's the lankiest of them all. I want a bit cleaner lines of this just to make it easier to follow. Spending way too much time on this, but I am looking forward to inking it. Now, what else we got? A cart. A cart. With one horse. Horse is here. And the little potato man is walking over here. He's got places to be. It's a bit big. Or big for the cart, rather. Royal Guards. Well, this is already way better than what I had before. I don't know about the gates yet, still. And I don't know how the wall is supposed to be, or how I want it. Like, do I want this bricky castle walls? Are they the same walls as they had 400 years ago? Or have they changed them? Have they improved them? Have they made little pointy bits to them? There's so much. Okay. This is actually too funny. I will try to make it castle-y. Hey, buddy. There's a little chip staring at me. Okay. Okay. So we got that kind of bit. And we got it poking. Like so. That is very funny. Okay, I will have to make a wall brush or something because otherwise drawing that stuff will kill me. See, now I'm going overboard with the designing, even though I said I don't want to do design, man. Design is boring. I'll make that a lighter green just to distinguish it from... Oh dear. Keep it separate. That is a good concept though. Can shrink it a bit. Can even make a note. That's a good note. I hope I'll remember. Okay, so for layout purposes, that is totally good enough. Not big, growing sick of this page. So then we got this table with delicious food on it. How will we deal? By making a grid? I want the candles to be visible, possibly right below the this little card here. That seems like a good point to lead the eye. So we got candles. Then what else? We got food. I don't know what kind of dishes should be, really. We have fruit. And again with the designing, I want fancy plates, but what do fancy plates look like? Well, this for sure doesn't have to match perfectly. Oh, I might be getting a little helper. A little helper on the table. Oh, I should probably show chairs as well. Is this a chair? Okay, I think that is enough for now. Could draw this guy. Oh yeah, we're lacking people in the back, right? Really? We're just lacking everyone? Okay. Consult the previous page. Let's see. We got a bunch of characters. We got the wrong window. Here we are. Right. This balloon doesn't have to be inside the panel. Right, the reference. Where are the boys? Little boys. I'm starting to feel quite done actually. And I should in fact not finish this. Okay, this feels decent. Now, is there anything I can do, like to wrap up? I don't think there's anything I want to do to wrap up. Like, everything here is... it's not sketched, it's just layouts. So... like, we got all this bunch of pages fully layouted, but not fully sketched. So I can't really draw anything. Or it feels like I can't. We got only 3 pages more to lay out. Ooh-hoo-hoo. I am looking forward to that. I am... I'm thinking that since I did the layout on this room, now the rest should be fairly simple to lay out. So that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be real cool. But until then, I might feel like I'm done for today, guys. Yeah, I do feel done for today. Oh dang, this trick again. Oh well. I'm gonna say goodbye. Closing off all my things. So I got nothing more to show. I didn't realize that my poor avatar has been hidden all this time. Whoopsie. Oh well. Yeah. Thanks everyone who popped by and said hi during my day at work. Bit shorter stream today than yesterday, but I got stuff done and I even got into some design stuff, so that's always nice. Feels good to be actually interested in a big project I've had for ages. So, thank you all guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you around later. Bye bye.